Ladies and gentlemen, a powerful winter weather system is sweeping across the entire United States, signaling that the winter of 2025 has officially begun with an early, intense, and long-lasting snowstorm on a large scale. From the Great Lakes region down to the southern plains, the entire eastern half of the United States is being covered by cold winds, heavy snow, ice, and a sharp temperature drop. This is considered the strongest cold spell in more than 7 months, with temperature drops of up to 30 to 40 degrees within just 24 hours, completely disrupting the lives of tens of millions of people from the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Tennessee all the way to northern Florida. According to the U.S. National Weather Service, over the past 48 hours, a powerful low-pressure system has formed over the Midwest, moving along the Rocky Mountains and dragging Arctic air southward. The combination of cold air, high humidity, and strong winds from Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario has created the first large-scale snowstorm of the 2025-2026 winter season. This morning, in Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, snow began to fall heavily. In many places, visibility dropped to under 100 meters, highways became slippery, and traffic came to a standstill. In the city of Chicago, temperatures dropped rapidly from 11 degrees to only 4 degrees in less than 10 hours, while average wind speeds reached 50 to 60 km/h with gusts over 80 km/h. In the Great Lakes region, especially along Lake Michigan, the lake effect snow phenomenon is occurring strongly. The cold, dry air from the north passes over the relatively warm lake surface, absorbs moisture, and forms thick clouds that release massive amounts of snow. In South Bend, Indiana, snow has reached over 40 centimeters overnight, and this number could rise to 60 centimeters by tomorrow morning. Not stopping at the lake region, the cold air mass is moving unusually fast and deep toward the south. Within the next 24 hours, sub-zero temperatures will cover the entire area from the Midwest to the southeastern United States. In Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan, snow continues to accumulate 40 centimeters, locally over 60 centimeters, forcing major highways such as I-80 and I-90 to temporarily close. In Kentucky, Tennessee, and northern Georgia, sleet and mixed precipitation are reported, with even the possibility of light snow in Nashville, Knoxville, and Chattanooga, an extremely rare event in November. In Alabama and Mississippi, nighttime temperatures have dropped below 0 degrees Celsius, and widespread frost threatens cotton, soybean, and winter vegetable crops. In Florida, forecasts indicate temperatures could fall below 0 degrees Celsius north of Orlando, while cities such as Tallahassee, Gainesville, and Jacksonville will experience the coldest night since 2018. The expansion of the cold mass means that the entire eastern half of the United States, east of the Rocky Mountains, lies under its influence. Experts say this is a deep cold outbreak similar to the 2014 polar outbreak, when Arctic air plunged as far south as the Gulf of Mexico. Amid these developments, the National Weather Service has issued a series of warnings. Blizzard warnings for northern Indiana, southwestern Michigan, and northeastern Illinois. Winter weather advisories for Ohio, Kentucky, western Pennsylvania, and northern Tennessee, and freeze warnings stretching from Texas, Louisiana, and Alabama to Georgia and northern Florida. Hundreds of schools in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Indiana have closed. Dozens of flights have been canceled at major airports such as Chicago O'Hare, Detroit Metro, and Indianapolis due to low visibility and icy runways. In Ohio, multiple interstate highways have been shut down following chain collisions in dense snow and fog. State authorities have deployed snowplows and salt trucks early and urged residents to stay indoors for the next 48 hours. Meteorologists explain that the main cause of this winter storm is the interaction between two powerful pressure systems, a mobile trough forming from western Canada, moving down through the Dakotas, Nebraska, and Iowa, and an Arctic air mass descending southward in the mid-troposphere, driven by an unusually wavy polar jet stream. The intersection of these systems created a massive low-pressure zone over the Midwest, drawing cold air from Canada and pulling moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. When these air masses meet, rain turns into snow, spreading frost and ice widely. This is a typical manifestation of a negative Arctic oscillation, when the polar circulation weakens and allows cold air to spill far south. According to NOAA, this year ENSO is in a neutral to La Niña phase, causing the westerly flow to shift southward and paving the way for stronger and earlier cold outbreaks. This snowstorm not only disrupts transportation, but also directly threatens agriculture, energy supply, and public life. Corn, wheat, and soybean harvesting in Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri has been interrupted. In Texas and Alabama, frost may damage winter crops. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has advised farmers to harvest early, cover crops, and inspect irrigation systems for freeze protection. Heating demand has surged, with electricity and natural gas usage across many eastern states rising more than 40% above the November average. Energy companies warn that residential gas prices may rise slightly next week. In major cities such as New York, Philadelphia, and Boston, authorities have activated Code Blue programs, opening shelters for the homeless during sub-freezing nights. Hospitals advise citizens to limit outdoor activities in the early morning, especially the elderly and children who are vulnerable to respiratory illnesses caused by sudden temperature changes. According to NOAA's forecast maps, from now through Tuesday, snow will continue to fall heavily across the Great Lakes region, spreading into Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York State. By Wednesday, snowfall will gradually weaken and skies will clear, but temperatures will remain low, with nighttime readings below 10 degrees C in many areas. From Thursday to Saturday, the cold mass will move toward the Atlantic, bringing a slight warm-up in the east, while the Midwest and northern plains could face a second round of snowfall. Over the weekend, a new low-pressure system is expected to form over the northern plains, potentially developing into a second winter storm, bringing heavy rain and thunderstorms from Oklahoma to the Tennessee Valley, with a chance of autumn tornadoes. In the western United States, beginning midweek, California, Oregon, and Washington will receive an atmospheric river, a huge plume of moisture from the Pacific Ocean, causing heavy rain, deep snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and raising the risk of flash floods and landslides in Northern California. On Tuesday morning, recorded temperatures were Minnesota, 15 degrees, Wisconsin and Michigan, 10 degrees C, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, 6 degrees C, Tennessee and Kentucky, 0 degrees C, Georgia and Alabama, 1 to 2 degrees C, Northern Florida, 1 degree C, Central Florida, 3 to 5 degrees C, and Southern Florida, above 10 degrees C, but with strong cold winds. Northwest winds blow at 30 to 50 km/h, gusting 70 to 80 km/h along the lake shores and the East Coast. Over the Atlantic, off the Carolinas and Virginia, waves may reach 3 to 4 meters, posing risks to small vessels. In snowy areas, humidity reaches 95%, and visibility falls below 100 meters. Midwest airports are implementing emergency aircraft de-icing procedures before takeoff. NOAA experts believe this is only the beginning of a winter expected to be harsher than average. With ENSO in a neutral to La Niña state, the polar jet tends to fluctuate strongly, enabling more frequent Arctic blasts interspersed with short, warm phases, a pattern similar to the 2013 to 2014 winter, when most of North America remained frozen for nearly 2 consecutive months. Notably, the sub-freezing temperature belt is dropping southward very rapidly, and if this trend continues, many areas in the central and eastern U.S. could experience a white Christmas, something unseen in recent years. In South Bend, Indiana, images of hundreds of Notre Dame students shoveling snow and distributing blankets to the homeless have spread across social media, symbolizing human kindness in the cold. In Tennessee, a young couple witnessing snowfall in their yard for the first time in November shared that it looked like a movie scene. Beautiful, yet frightening. And in Florida, residents joked as "caution frost" signs appeared along Interstate 75, a site usually reserved for northern states. Experts urge people not to go outdoors during blizzard warnings, keep fuel tanks full, prepare warm blankets, candles, batteries, and drinking water, and check heating and generator systems to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning and protect the elderly and children. The Federal Highway Administration also advises drivers to double their following distance, avoid sudden braking on icy roads, and equip mandatory winter tire chains in northern states. This first snowstorm of the season is not just a weather event, but also a reminder of global climate instability. As the Earth warms, atmospheric patterns become more erratic and extreme, allowing Arctic cold outbreaks to arrive earlier and penetrate deeper. Yet, amid hardship, one can still see something positive: the spirit of compassion, solidarity, and humanity among Americans in every storm and every harsh winter. You are watching the special report on the first snowstorm of the season in the United States. All detailed updates, maps, and live images from weather observation stations will be continuously updated over the next 24 hours. Please subscribe and turn on notifications to receive the latest weather reports. And share this broadcast so your friends and family can prepare early for this historic cold wave. Wishing everyone peace, warmth, and caution in these first winter days of 2025. Stay warm, stay safe. God bless America.